created by some randos in a Discord call. So, how's your day? Where do you, actually live? So, after work, let's say, do you just sit around, stare at a wall, and be grumpy? Or do you, go somewhere? What, really? You're just gonna ignore me and turn on the radio? Fine, alright. Damn, you got some nice speakers in here. Why are you listening to this, though?
Stop that.
Sorry, man, I can't hear any more of this shit.
Never touch a man's radio when he has a gun and a license to kill with impunity.
Alright, fine. Psych, you thought.
Turn your dial to find the frequency of the past, where the classic stories of suspense, sci-fi thrillers, and mysteries are found waiting to be heard once again. You'll find a variety of those stories here, in their original form, where each episode takes you to another place or time, but only when you find the mystery frequency.
Okay, now that one sounded cool.
Oh man, it's like so many stories of those guys in cool hats and cool mustaches. Yo, you should listen to that with that cool music you like.
Yes. Smooth jazz. I should listen to that show. What did he say it was? A podcast or something?
Yeah, but I can't find the frequency. They said something about a mystery and...
5-card stud. Nothing wild, and the sky's the limit. The Venusian Card Tournament begins tomorrow in Beta Reggio, and Stellar Future Radio is there for complete coverage. This year's event has an interesting twist.
Breaking news. Business.
The outer solar system may be a far away and mysterious place, but it's about to get much more familiar. Stellar News Network, our parent company, is announcing an expansion of service. Literally. Stellar Future Radio is going to the outer colonies. That means a new show, new area, and a new voice broadcasting from the asteroid belt to Neptune, and every ship, station, and Trojan in between. Stellar Future Radio will be the fourth major news network to provide coverage for the outer solar system, which is home to 50 million people and has no less than 9 different governments and a flourishing array of economic and cultural highlights. Just like its two predecessors, this Outer Colonies version will strive to inform, entertain, and learn from each of its listeners while allocating all the news that's fit to post. Hold on to your subconsciousness, citizens of the far side. You're about to experience everything you want to hear. Find out more at StellarFutureRadio.com. Circling back to our neck of the solar system, today's sponsor, The Last Resort Bar. Located in Perseverance City, Mars is offering a 3-for-2 deal that you're sure to forget.
Coming soon, SFR, the future of podcasting. Visit us now at StellarFutureRadio.com.
Yo, what is up with everyone's radios? Man, I kind of want to listen to that, but we should probably listen to the local news and find out what's going on, I suppose.
Hello and good morning, denizens of SCT. This is Lincoln Jackson with DDN's regularly scheduled breaking news on your morning cast. As always, we are live on the streets, brought to you by our first morning sponsor, Downtown's Legislative Committees. You heard it right here, folks, from the government of the people themselves. If they're sponsoring the breaking news, it must be important. More from them in a moment. These streets have been abuzz this morning, and, if you haven't already smelt it, ablaze! Over the course of this morning, there has been a grisly series of murders occurring all across downtown, all going unnoticed until a literal bang brought it to everyone's attention. In the following images, you are seeing flash across your screen or AR device. You are seeing the remnants of the explosion, which is still origin unknown. If you do not have the bottom rate subscription package, here is a message from our sponsor.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of SCT. I'm here just to give you a few words today. After the branding, SCT was refounded on core principles. Ideals working beside our fellow Dalthorian. Trust in the system. Faith that the gods will guide us. Hope for a better tomorrow. Like our city's famous mascot, the Apollo Manda Lizard, we clawed our way through the ashes of yestermore, spitting venom in the faces of our foe, and laying down the eggs, foundations of the future, of tomorrow. We promise not a better future, but a more equal one, where everyone will be able to stand on their own 2 feet with what's given to them. But unfortunately, we have failed thus far. During the last term of a man that looked like me, but was not me. Crime is once again rampant. The prices are rising, and the disparity between groups only grows larger. But that, technically, wasn't me. It was an imposter. I am here for you today, the real me. With only one thing to say. We are once again in need of your help to fix this. To make the world a better place.
Welcome back to DDN Morningcast Live. Breaking news! We're on the scene of another crime that seems to be connected to this web of mayhem and murder being woven all morning. At some time too early to yet approximate, a chain of murders went undeterred. Where was our police force, you might be asking? Well, my friends, that's where there's a plot twist! The cops were the victims! And for anyone happy about that, strangely, it's just a big waste of tax money now, isn't it? Yes, that's right, you heard me, and you can see with your own eyes. Right in front of you is the latest in a trail of bodies that has left a bloody mark across downtown. That's barely worth a spot in the 3rd column. Apparently, what's the talk of the town is that there's just no talk. No sources can tie these cops together in any official duties, nor do they have any known public affiliation. Whatever circumstance that has led to their deaths has certainly piqued the interest of someone up high, as a marshal and a special consultant were seen here just moments before, and no press was allowed to enter before they cleared the scene. Some are already claiming this is connected to the recent conspiracy with the mayor, but as of yet, it's just as likely to be related to the increase in soul craze. It'd be nice to be able to pin all our problems on something, but there'd actually have to be something there to pin it on. More are pointing their fingers to the new power players of the criminally persuaded kind. But that's some people's answers to everything. Personally, I think that... Oh, hold on. What? We're still live, right on the scene. Yes? Yes? No? No. Of course! But this seems rather important. I understand. Yes, I do. Okay. We good? Well, my friends and dear viewers, instead of dwelling over here more, we've just gotten word that we should move on, and there are some local residents that have called the authorities. I'd like to head over there, and I'm sure they'd love to speak with us. Let's see if they have any theories to share. So, we'll be doing that, unless you've still cheaped out on your subscription package, because then it's another word from our sponsor, the Legislative Committee. Back to you.
Here at the Legislative Committee, we work tirelessly every day to make sure that every citizen of SCT City has the bare minimum to survive. Enough food, enough clear drinking water, and a place to lay their weary head. But with the decrease of general tax to 35%, not everything is always fine in paradise. And the health services, bureaucratic departments, social services, public aid, finance, and cultural committees all need your help. For a small donation or volunteering up to 200 hours a week, you can make a difference. Help make sure there's never more than a 75 wait in the bread line again. That no one goes without a piece of tin over their heads, and everyone gets their mandated shots.
Not everything can be glamorous. Not everything can be special. We need your help to make it equal. Sign up to help today. For the citizens, by the citizens, no matter the distances between businesses.
Alright, enough of that. Jeez, alright. Fine, we won't talk. We'll just sit here silently. Stare off through the windows. Don't look at me like that. I haven't said anything. Look, cut me a break, man. I'm just...
Shut up, you! A man called Stranger. Episode 12. A rumble in downtown.
I can't breathe, man!
Stop struggling! Created by Out of Credits and starring Whip Hand as Packet Tracer, Diasaru as Wolfgang, Mina Kitten G as the Rita, Gigahood as the voice of the city, A Confused Mistake as Cupid, The Grim Bard as Stranger, and Krensei as me, the Marshal.
We shot into the skylines. It was the first time I'd been up here. It was clearer for a moment as we swerved between buildings, but quickly darkened again as we swung low and joined the airwaves heading east. The airways were tight between the high-rising megabuildings, but the Marshal blazed us through like living was going out of style, and there was only one death left at our destination. I'd like to say I didn't screech, nor did it sound high-pitched or like a child, so I will. I was as cool as a summer's evening, like a fresh drink with a single cube of ice, like a metaphor I'll think of later.
Come on, I thought you were a spacer. Can't you take a little G-force?
I probably shouldn't be standing right now, you madman. What the fuck was that?
What's wrong with my flying?
I don't know, man. It could have something to do with the 4 near-death experiences I just went through.
You're exaggerating. It was only 2, and it wasn't my fault.
And how's that? Is there something wrong with flying normally?
We have somewhere to be. We're there. Now let's go.
We rushed as fast as I could manage down a small alley before turning down an even narrower one. We were stepping through mounds of trash and scrap with tall buildings surrounding us on all sides. The only illumination we had was the reflection coming through the windows around. We took one last turn to a short dead end that had a single security door illuminated by a spotlight on the right. I spotted a camera on the other side as we reached the door, and the Marshal pressed the intercom. It tilted, and the lens zoomed in on us. The Marshal faced it with a sneer before lifting his middle finger to it and making quite the obscene gesture.
You shouldn't be here.
Let us in.
You need to get out of here. Now. They probably followed you.
Open this door now, because regardless, we're coming in.
You don't understand. We didn't.
The Marshal snarled and jammed his meaty finger straight through the door's metal like it was aluminum foil. He gave a grunt, and I smartly took a quick step back before he ripped it off its hinges and threw it over his shoulder like it was little more than the piece of trash he turned it into.
Where are you, damn it?
I'm definitely gonna comment on this later. You do your thing. We entered a dingy hall with a narrow corridor on my right. A few yards along, there was a light peeking out the end. The Marshal stomped towards it immediately.
Come on.
Yeah, sure, right behind you. I'd like to point out, though, that maybe we should just...
Shut up and cover the side. On 3.
Okay, what's the plan? Should we... He didn't actually count this time. I scrambled behind him after he breached. Shit. Damn it, why does everyone have a cooler gun than me? You got him?
Listen, boss, I'm sorry. We didn't have no...
Oh, you want to talk to me now? Is it convenient for you now with my hands wrapped around your throat?
Either he underestimated his strength or way overestimated the structure. Regardless, they disappeared out of sight to a room beyond. Oh, alright, come on, to my feet. Oh, damn. I'm gonna have to keep up with him. Can't lose my ride out of here. My whole body was feeling sluggish with every step. I gave my magic a little flare, trying to restore some of my energy, and pushed through the remainder of the wall behind them.
A real piece of work, you know that? Out of the gutter, through the academy, you were invited to my birthday.
Whoa, hold on. We need answers. Never hit them in the face when we need answers. Alright, come on, that's enough. Fuck, you are strong. Stop hitting people in the face when we need answers.
You know what? You're a fucking idiot. You think this is the worst I'm gonna get? You know what happened to the others? I'm a dead man walking already. Go ahead and do your worst.
The Marshal growled and raised him off the floor, throwing him into a chair beside a table, drawing my eyes to the leather duffel bag that was on it. The cop tried to get back up as I neared, but I raised my metal hand and pressed him back into the chair, leaning my weight onto him as I used the other to pull open the bag. If I were you, I would sit tight right there. Unlike him, I might not be able to throw you through walls or anything, but let me assure you, I will hurt you. Really, really bad.
Listen, man, you gotta believe me. He's crazy. We didn't have a choice. They came for all of them. Didn't you see?
Uh-huh. Who came for them?
They never told us it would get this far. We were just...
How fucking long?
I don't know. I wasn't the first or the last. They don't ask you if you want to do it. They tell you what to do, and you do it.
Or what?
You saw the others. They were lucky. 3 in the chest in their bed. Some of us got kids, man. We have lives outside this corporate shithole.
How long has this been going on?
I don't know.
Like holy hells you don't. How long?
I swear I don't know. Even if I did, I can't tell you anything. You know what they'll do to me? I wouldn't even get an easy death like the others. And the last one, they'll make an example out of me.
Who is they? Who else is giving orders?
I swear I don't know. Even if I did, I can't tell you anything. Whoever the fuck it is, isn't fucking around. They've got their claws deeper than you, Ari, and they ain't fucking letting go.
Broken shards, would you stop? Let me tell you, punching them in the face isn't going to help. I learned that the hard way with these guys. Try sweetening the deal.
We can protect you. You'll be in custody with Tao in under an hour, and with a new soulgram by the evening.
And my mother? Nieces and nephews? You gonna grab them all before they do? You don't understand, man. There's no getting out of this guy. He took all of them. Every fucking one executed. Like a fucking crazed in the street. You couldn't save any of them.
And what other choice do you have?
Seems he thought running was going to help.
What's in there?
These look like burner soul brands. I think. Some credgrams, emergency supplies. Ah, nice little pouch of coins. Ooh. What is this shiny little iron?
Hold on to it. Hold it to him. He twitches, you turn his organs into street meat.
I don't know what that means, or if I'm capable of doing that. What are you doing?
How long have you been preparing for this?
You know, always have an escape plan.
And what was yours, Going to try and make me dead sprint to the north side to get a shuttle off? Hike into the bayou?
Doesn't matter now. Too late anyways.
You're coming with us back to the precinct, where you'll be stripped of your soul cred and interrogated until I'm satisfied, before I personally hand you over to the rat squad.
Ha! You think the rat's gonna flip me? You still don't get it. The east side ain't like it was. The org is resourceful, connected. That corporate plant? Released into their custody. Never even saw the inside of a jail cell. The fucking gangs are all falling in line. The companies are bending over and spreading fucking wide. And it's only time before you both are as well. That or you're gonna end up like me.
The Marshal stared daggers so hard I thought the throbbing vein of his forehead might pop. He pushed me aside, again, and grabbed the man by the front of his shirt, hoisting him into the air.
The Jack was freed. Are you lying? How would you know?
He was handed to me almost as soon as you and Badge dropped him off.
Where did you take them?
I ain't saying no more. You might as well kill me. At least then maybe my family has a chance.
Fuck. Holy hells, this is fucked. Packard said he was gone, but I thought that meant until, the enforcer shit was going to happen to him.
Calm down, stranger. Keep cool. Get some air. While me and my friend here have a little heart to heart.
I looked between the two. The cop was staring at me pleadingly. The Marshal didn't give the impression that what he said was a suggestion.
Hey man, I don't know you, but please, don't leave me alone with him.
I looked at him pitifully. The Marshal had a firm grab on his shirt, and no matter the struggle, he wasn't going anywhere. Maybe I should stick around
Go.
just in...
Don't worry about it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, me and my friend here need to have a little soul to soul. And you're looking a little greener than normal.
Yeah, alright. I'll be by the door. Sorry, pal. Should have talked when you had the chance. The air wasn't fresh, but it did me better than being in there. I did my best to ignore the muffled shouts inside and pulled out a smoke. Lighter. My eyes darted around the alley, inspecting every shadow, staring at every slight movement. I could feel it seeping in already. The dampness, the paranoia. A window closed and my eyes shot to it. Nothing. Movements of the curtains on the right side. Nothing. Something passing overhead. I froze and panic swelled for a moment. But it was flying off towards the arcology on the other side of this borough. Medvac. The punching was getting louder, but I couldn't make out what was being said. I tilted my head, intent on peeping in, but something else caught my ears first. Spinning around, my feet propelled me back inside, and I ducked behind the door as a couple of gangers passed by, fingering a pair of SMGs at their waist. They looked this way for a second, but kept on moving down the alley. My new gun came out, and I quietly made my way to the edge.
Oh, Van, how long are we going to be out here? Oknak is a block over. Grishnok and the boys are patrolling the main streets. And we got to crawl through the garbage.
Yeah, who's gonna be hiding over here? That was them. And believe me, I've been them. It gotta hit the undertown at minimum. Underground if you can make it.
Yeah, I've never been to the underground. You'll piss your pants every time a Delver taps the window when we're in the undertown. And you're telling me you ain't dying from a heart attack the moment you step foot in the sprouts.
You don't know me. It's just the Delvers creep me out, you know? Weird clothes, weird accents, weird way of life. You know what I mean.
Don't be pitting me in with you. I ain't got no problem with the Delvers, nor the freelancers, and definitely not with no coalitioneers. Those Empire fuck old bloods on the other hand. Why, I wish I could kill them with my bow.
Ah, fuck. These guys are everywhere. I crept back inside as quietly as I could. The Marshal was standing over a considerably more bloodied man. He was half slumped on the floor and groaning in pain as he clutched at his nether regions. Ugh, we gotta go. There's gangers swarming all over the place.
You think they're involved?
What, you want to wait and find out?
He's going to need a minute.
Okay, but why would you kick him in the nuts? You knew we had to move him.
I was going along with the whole not the face thing.
I cannot overstate this. Very badly.
It was the next best option.
You know, you'd think saying not punching the face would also imply not to punch any vital areas. But alright, that was on me. Lesson learned. I'll be more clear with what I say next time. Damn it, you carry him. Clearly, you're very strong. Is your tethering aspect strength or something?
Or something. Come on, asshole. Up you go. You're not gonna die. Not until I get my answers.
The coast was clear at first, but as soon as we got into the alley, I could feel something was off. Windows were all shuttered and boarded up now. As we hit the street, there were considerably less cars. Hey, aren't we going a little too fast? Maybe
Keep your head down. Move.
Hold on. This is weird.
Everything is weird to you.
This feels like a trap.
Then be ready to run.
There was a group on our left. They hadn't spotted us as far as I could tell. They were sat across the street lines and blocking traffic somewhere further back. There were too many to count and armed to the teeth. We were clearing the street before I could even approximate a head count. And a roar of engines hit my ears, taking my attention to the right side.
Holy hells, that's a lot of gangers.
What the fuck? It looks like a bunch of fangs and... Not the Western crime family down there. What is everyone doing here? Why are we in the middle of a sudden gang war?
I don't know. Fuck! Get down!
What? Oh, shit, what? That was it. We barely got down as a rocket shot past, hitting the street between us and the group on the other side. The explosion rang my ears and nearly took me off my feet, but the Marshal grabbed a handful of my coat and yanked me upright, pushed me forward all in one practiced and fluid motion. I landed in a run with bullets whizzing by from both sides.
Wait, please, wait.
We don't know this is for us. This could be...
He never finished his sentence as his face was now splashed with shiny red speckled with flecks of blue. His face was frozen for a split second before he blinked the shock and surprise away, pushing the cop's dead body to the floor.
Fuck!
Okay, this just got really bad, really quick.
I'll cover you. Make for the car.
Where's Team Tau? Weren't they supposed to be on standby?
If you see an AV, shoot it.
What? Why would I do that?
What do you think is the fastest way to get their attention?
Well, giving them a call on the comlink would be one of the first things to come to mind.
This whole block is jammed.
Well, that's just unfortunate.
Would you be bothered to learn anything about this goddamn place if you're going to stay here?
You know what? Fine. I prefer to do things this way anyways. I cocked the gun and checked the slide, chambering around. Clean, new, smooth. I liked it. The Marshal whipped out his stubby SMG and flicked off the safety. I heard it audibly begin whirring and looked between it and him with increasing worry to my health.
On my call, brake for the car.
He shouted something I could barely hear over the roar of motorcycles zooming past. The tip of his gun glowed a bright cherry red before spitting out small beams and peppering the bikers, dropping them faster than I could count. I sprinted down the sidewalk, ducking from car to car, from bin to chest-high wall to avoid the gunfire. It ricocheted around me as someone was definitely aiming this way, but fortunately they were a terrible shot. I returned a few of my own, but doubt I was any better as I was doing it while sliding behind the Marshal's tire. Soulburn, be my binds. I only had a second to catch my breath before popping back out. Gun in augmented hand and other palm open to the rider bearing down on the Marshal, still several yards behind me.
Gotcha.
You've got to be careful where you're aiming that thing.
Space-time, winds intertwine. That good enough? Alright, one more jump.
Tau is en route. Just gotta hold him out.
Be happy I'm even standing. The ensuing pulse of air skidded out at least one of them, and then there was a pile coming down the street, kicking up a mess of sparks before I even had to fire a gun. I then did. Rather frantically, unlike the Marshal who stood up calmly beside me. He lurched back up and his gun began spewing again. It drew attention to us and suddenly the air was full of lead again. I raised my hands almost as a reflex and shot a blast. It didn't stop the bullets, but they went off at wild angles, ricocheting off the metal floors and building walls.
Head down, incoming!
You're all in violation of the public peace. Numerous illegal and irregulated item possession. Cease all hostilities at once and get on the ground. Splayed out fully. There will be no further warning.
I lifted a hand to shield my eyes as the AV came down, kicking up dust, trash, and debris into the air as it landed. Most of Team Tau came out, guns high, and seeing as the gangers were already beginning to either turn and flee, the CWAT team just started firing at them. Tau proceeded to come down on them like a hive scorned. Synchronized movements, seamless communication. There wasn't a moment from the second they landed a bullet wasn't fired from one of their rifles, and there wasn't a second a ganger wasn't dropping. I sat down, suddenly sorer than before and with most of my upper body in throbbing pain as the adrenaline rush was beginning to wear off. The edges of my sight began to go blurry again, but I shook my head and sucked in oxygen, trying to force my consciousness back to operational efficiency. I don't know how long I sat there, but the shooting died down pretty soon after that, and for a moment, it was just me and my thoughts. I didn't like that.
Damn, Lead's dead. Tau look like they've got it in hand, and you look beat. We should probably wrap for the day.
Don't think I'm dying. I wish I was, because I feel like death.
Huh. Come on. I'll get you back to the office. Tau will clean up here.
Oh, thanks. Drive normal, yeah?
Do you want to drive?
No. Can't. Injured.
Well, alright. Get in the back. Brush the glass off the seats. You might be able to lay down a bit if you fold yourself like a breadstick.
I must have passed out. We're here again. murky darkness. It has a purple tinge, like a thick smoke or smog.
With thine hands change the worlds. Brace ye yet, for death be no obstacle.
You can't win them all, love. Sometimes you just got to move on.
Flashes pass me by, blurry, broken. I can't make out faces.
Idiot! Idiot! Idiot!
I don't know what
Idiot!
I'm seeing. Wayward, destined, chosen, ascended, chosen.
You cannot choose where life takes you, but you can choose what you do there.
What should I even be learning from this?
Man, you're so pathetic. What are you doing here again? Just staring off. Fucking miserable.
This guy, this fucking thing, of all annoyances.
No, I can hear you. We can all hear you. Would you cut it out? It's annoying, and not gonna lie, kinda hurtful.
What are you?
I am I, obviously. What a stupid question.
Then what am I?
You're you. Who else would you be? I know you're not okay right now, but come on, keep up.
Very helpful. Where are we then? What is this?
Not really sure, honestly. Some kind of weird, wacky, soul-minded planescape of sorts. I don't know. This is really usually more your thing.
So you're not me.
Of course I am.
A part of.
That'd be too easy, wouldn't it?
So you're just going to be particularly unhelpful then.
Unhelpful? You know how many people we've stopped parading around the headspace? You're the one who's useless right now. The bot's not even turned on, and he's doing more than you. Go be someone cool. Just do something. Stop moping around, you brooding bastard.
I don't have a clue of what you're talking about.
Listen here, you bumbling fuck of a moron. Did you think this was going to be a picnic? How's running away from your problems going for you? Look at what you've done.
Burning fields, shattered mountains, the pain, or fear creeping into the back of my mind, though I don't know why. Planet shattered in the empty expanses of space. It's so cold.
You left them all, and yet you still run. Coward. Disgrace. You're the worst of us.
Enough. We're not doing this. Get out of my head. There's no escape.
Stranger! Stranger! There you go. You're back. Are you okay? You've been mumbling in your sleep.
Was I asleep or hallucinating vividly? Some very bad thoughts.
You were definitely asleep. We've been here for 10 minutes. Took me that long to rouse you.
Thanks. I should go. Rest all this off.
You should. You're not looking good. I'll ping Cupid your payment.
Yeah, alright. Thanks. Have a good one. Or whatever it is you like having.
Stranger!
Yeah?
Look out for yourself, okay?
What do you mean?
Just don't do the first thing that comes into your mind and worry about yourself a bit more.
I don't know what you mean. I only ever care about myself.
Never mind. I'll be seeing you.
He drove off, but I stood beneath my building in the rain for a moment longer, lifting my face to the skies. The clouds were light, beginning to break. The wind whipped my hair and coat. filling my lungs with a deep breath, almost reinvigorating. God damn it, who's calling? Damn explosions. Lost a gun, lost a hat, lost my AR shades. Hello?
Oh, finally! Stranger, it's Cupid. Are you okay? I just read a wild report.
I'm alive. Been better.
I was going to say you've shaken something loose and it's given us another lead, but you don't sound great.
I don't.
No, you actually sound kind of terrible. I'd rather not risk it. I'll call you in the morning.
Is it not morning now?
In the actual morning, not your morning.
Alright, because if I don't get something that's not lead in me, I might actually die. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Shards, damn it. I'm gonna need another lighter. And more smokes. And a drink. Just anything but another nap. Now that I'm here, I don't see why I don't come here more often. Sure, the name Cutside isn't the most enticing, but my office is really only a few boroughs away if you're really smart about it. I didn't look out of place here. Kind of fit right in. But what's really fitting in anymore? When there's no unspoken dress code or rational etiquette. The street was filled with a mixture of low-salary corporate wage slaves, corporate workers, the odd well-dressed businessman, the even odder skulking freelancer ducking from alley to alley, and suspicious-looking groups of 3 and 5 dressed in colors and leathers, opposite sides of 24-lane streets, separating the docks from the rest. Apparently, the state and wealth of the dress decreased significantly as soon as I passed into Sector 9's dock and warehouse districts. Into, the polite way to call them was low-income residential holding pens. Wait, no. Slums. Ghettos. It wasn't as awful as Midtown might make it out to be. Sure, most of the people around here were clearly ganger to one degree or another, but aren't we all just part of a gang in our own ways? Without AR shades, I had to wander a bit and circle the area a couple of times, taking it all in. Small clusters of slum-like housing, not too tall for the air vehicles to be able to pass safely from the docks to the airstrips on the other side. A couple of roads one would call a shopping area. Mostly open air, but with a large tent-like structure on the far half, creating a fort of fake brick and synth cloth. Most of the shops were run down and wares seemed like they might have fallen off the back of a truck, because someone pushed them into the open hands of someone else. Everything was subpar though, if the Java was anything to judge by, which I do. Can't see who's calling without my shades on, but you're on with stranger.
Hey, it's me. Have you gotten down to the docks yet?
Yeah, it took me longer than I thought. It's a lot easier to get lost without directions being displayed in view all the time.
Are you still in Sector 9?
Pretty sure.
When 2 boroughs over from Vatagro?
Kind of like a borough and a half, but sure.
And you staring at the rundown neighborhood of the docks?
Yup.
Then you're in the right place. No one but the Fangs know the exact entrance to the mall because they keep moving it, so you'll have to look around for gangers and figure it out from there.
Huh. Well, conveniently, there happens to just be some gangers right over.
Don't just go up to them and ask. Keep it low-key until we know what's going on. If someone is taking your cops, then they're definitely not going to stop when it comes to you. Don't tip our hand.
Alright. I'll go do something schemy and questionable instead if that makes you happy.
Yes, actually, that would be perfect. I'll let the Marshal know you might be onto something and to watch out for a block exploding or something.
Yeah, I half died to a bomb earlier today. Very funny.
A bomb that's explosion you magnified tenfold from what the reports say, which is actually very hilarious.
Alright, I'm hanging up and getting back to work now.
Alright. Ping me later tonight. Maybe we can have a night in if you dig anything up.
I circled a second time, but the Java wasn't really settling my nerves. I don't know a lot about my gut, or any feelings of those sorts, but I could see several young Talthorians sitting on the steps of a building. It appeared to be a small mega building overlooking the streets. They didn't look particularly troublesome to me, but as the streets were full and they were annoying all the passers-by, I found myself a little alley to keep watching across the street, for a little while. Because the act of watching was something I enjoyed. There was always something to be gleaned, but not by just watching, but really looking at what it is you were seeing. For instance, one of the gangers on the step was passing a knife back and forth between his hands with a flourish, nearly fumbling with his right every time he looked up at the others. That would be a pair of them. They were a step away, half lounged on a set of stairs leading up into the building, clearly more interested in telling each other sweet nothings than the conversations the rest were having. Couldn't have been interesting anyways, as, a familiar face, and a surprising one at that. The big gal in the back isn't even pretending to listen, but staring into the streets just like me. It wasn't just tall, judging by the way her long legs were stretching down several stairs, but also had enough mass on her to probably lift a couple of me. Her sharp green skin showed no evidence of any augmentation, but one of her forearms was wrapped in thick bandages. She gave a large, tusk-tooth-filled smile at the street, narrowing her eyes on passerbys that flinched back when they met her gaze. What was her name? Oh, Ellie. Eli. Ellie's. Regardless, it was kind of obvious that she was the spotter. Her gaze was too even, too perfectly roaming. I slipped into the nearest alley before her eyes hit mine and waited a moment. There was no rush. I still had most of a cup of Java, and there was still so much to see. Like that. The car keeps passing at a turtle's pace, almost like they're trying to make it obvious. It's driving too slow to be going anywhere, but it's not just driving slowly past. That's what was truly telling. The four inside were eyeing the whole block up and down, like there wasn't ample street-side parking. On the third pass, it came to a stop across the way from where the youths were. Big gal got up and went over, leaning into the front window. I took the opportunity to step out of my alleyway and cross the street. I swayed slightly as I neared them, pretending not to see one purposefully stepping out in front of me, waving his silly knife around. Oh, sorry, my guy. Oh, you dropped your shiny knife there. Let me get that for you.
Hey, you better watch where you're going. You ruined my shot.
Aw, no, man, I'm so sorry. Here, let me... 1 second. You like that, them pops? Got me a pop right here. Been saving it, but I already feel so good.
Ah, look at this fucker. Just got this shit all over my shirt. I'm a fucking ghost him.
Hey, oh, man, I apologize. There's no
What the fuck is going on? Can't you see him having a conversation?
This drunk fucker, he walked up to me and he dumped his coffee all over me.
Then stop standing in the middle of the sidewalk like a dipshit. Make me turn back around and I'll crack your fucking spine over his head.
Sorry, little L. Ma'am, no need to go that far.
You. Fucking beat it before I beat you.
Yes, ma'am. Madame. Mummy. Yes, mummy, mamacita.
Piss off. Fucking Delvers.
Sorry. Yeah, be seeing you around. Alright.
So, anyway, we've been sitting on it all day. Ain't no one been by yet. Don't think anyone's caught on. We'll hang here a bit longer.
Ugh, that hurt. I ducked down the first side alley there was and leaned back to listen. There wasn't more said as the car took back off to continue its circling, but it only looped twice more before I saw it going even slower this time. An educated guess would be because the flat tire it suddenly had. I followed it a short distance and watched it pull up the street into a small side lot, where all four got out and went down an alley to an easily missable storefront. Hanging above the door on a chain was a small sign. The Maw.
Yeah, open up, it's us. What's your sake, man? We don't have time for them. Fine then. It is an appleberry pizza.
Well. When all roads well, they all lead to somewhere, and it seems that's here.
What do you want?
Here for some appleberry pizza. Oh, thanks. Wasn't expecting it to open to a drap hall, but I went down it nonetheless. The sounds of the bar grew louder as I turned a bend, and I felt a sensation wash over me like someone had just closed me into a sealed room. The sound was suddenly loud enough I could feel the bass shake my bones. The bar was rather large, almost the same size of the Chromium, but mostly open floor. Something about this place actually felt pleasant, almost welcoming. The crowd didn't even pay me any mind as I entered. The clientele seemed to be a mixture of ganger, thugger, and a few rough-looking freelancers, barely a civilian in sight. Everyone was either busy playing cards or hooting at the screen on the wall displaying the latest battleboard game. It was the Lislander Lionesses versus the New Taltha Titans. 6-0. Damn, can't believe I'm missing out on that. I took a seat at the end of the bar so I could face the room and let my eyes wander across it. There were a few more patrons further down. They were taking shots and hollering at the bartender for more, so I leaned in like them and waited patiently. It didn't take long for someone to come up. They were just at the wrong side of the bar.
You look like a man is stumbling way down the path of life.
What?
Drop your hand, you look like an idiot.
And you have the look of a man who's 4 months too late to try and hoodwink me. So maybe you should try another sucker.
Yo, you ziti, now better act like ya now remember me now.
Oh, I remember you. I might not remember a lot, but you're rather hard to forget.
Becoming a peace, brethren. You're out of place. You could use a face were friendly to your cause by your side.
Oh, now do I? And what makes you so friendly?
The friendliness now me fake you feel at ease now. Take a better look round you.
The room hadn't changed much aside from several eyes now focused on me. None of them seemed particularly familiar. I met the eyes of a man in strawberry blonde hair. It was only momentarily as he was sitting in the far corner, and merely arched an eyebrow in return before looking back to the game on screen. Despite their looks, personally, it seemed the others were only interested in me now that my new friend was sat beside me. I turned to get a look better than I did at random backyards, or from across Shale's resales. He was sturdy. Rippling muscles was visible underneath thick cloth-like streetwear, and the parts of his skin not covered in tattoos. Ones I had never seen before. They almost resembled mine in a way. Patterns of white and dark blue lines. crisscrossing in intricate patterns, though unlike mine, his seemed to run from his chin all the way down to his fingertips. His face was decked out with metal and gemstones. Probably could have defeated him with a particularly large magnet, but the light reflecting off his hairless dome would have blinded me first. There were few lines of age or laughter, but a hint of intrigue was being betrayed by the way his eyes watched me, inspected me as he subconsciously clenched his heavy-set jaw, grinding down sharp white teeth.
You not seem to know me really is.
Should I?
I suppose not. But you does seem like you did have a certain way about you.
And what kind of way is that?
The kind of way we get when you're in a big heap of trouble, just as fast as you get you out. Me like that. Me name Koreshi, local person. You can call me Mr. Q. Most people do.
Well, hello there, Koreshi, local person. I'm a stranger. As the name implies, foreign person.
That clear with the swagger you walk in with. Me woulda come in with less. Civility can be a foreign thing to them people, yeah?
Oh no, that's actually me barely being able to walk. Absolutely no swagger here, trust me. Actually, according to guys like Packet, I'm actually in a deficit of swagger.
Well, not just everybody usually get a free walk in, yeah? But since you're clearly not from round here, me figure me woulda come stomp by before them throw you out.
Any chance I'm just gonna get a drink first?
You try asking instead of holding your arm out like an idiot. Yeah, look. Hey, get this man a shot of something. Something good. Something from home.
Yes, sir. What will it be?
How about an Allianz 404?
Right away, sir.
It's from before the crash. Over 1,000 years old.
That brand happens to be my favorite.
You seem like the type, Yazidi.
Well, that weird accent change aside, I haven't had a drink in hours, so I can't really say no.
Now what are you doing in a place like this? Me didn't think you run with the freelancers. Or you're technically one of them contractors now.
No, I'm an independent investigator.
That's the dumbest thing. You're a detective. Everybody think you're running a lackey for the cops.
No, not a detective. Investigator. Licensed through Ensign. Which, from what I understand, is actually a good thing to normal wage slaves, which, you might not. Yeah.
It really is. Can't say it don't suit ya.
And what do you know about what suits me? Do you even know who I am?
Or me know who you are, and honestly, that's the least interesting thing about ya.
You do. Because I'm very sure you don't. Because I don't. But sure, I'll play. Enlighten me.
You're the new freelancer running around with Cupid. Me see Sable's coverage upon your job last month. Me have it said taking out the mayor is a fool's move if you plan to make me fake friends. But me can only imagine the paycheck.
Oh well, how about this? In return for that very nice shot, I'll give you a bit of information.
I'm all ears.
I'm pretty sure Sybil is insane. Haven't met her, but I wouldn't listen to a word she says. We didn't off a mayor, a corporation did. We unraveled his murder, and I think it was in connection to the Godfather's death. But really, I don't know. I haven't really had time to think about it yet. Though speaking of the mayor incident, I really should get around to processing that. I also don't run with Cupid. I'm an indie, she's my fixer, therefore de facto boss. And before you ask, I'm from space.
You're talking about space. You know which part?
Space.
Space a pretty big place. You can be more specific.
No, I have amnesia.
You know, that would explain enough. For a second me did think you was an idiot.
A lot of what?
You're being an investigator, as you insist on calling it.
Does it? Does it have to be cryptic? Does it come with the look you've got going on?
Freelancers, investigators or not. From what me hear down the grapevine, you took plenty of ensign jobs. Report to a marshal.
So?
That reek like a contractor to me. Smell just like that to everyone else in ya too.
Yeah, well, I don't have a choice. He's the one who authorized me, license and all. So, you know, gotta pay dues.
Them kind of deals have a history of coming around and biting ya in the ass.
You know, that's exactly what I said at the time.
And what kind of license ya get out of all of this?
Some kind of solver of all things brand. Told I could basically do anything anywhere for a price. And do it legally if I'm not breaking any overt rules or regulations.
That them I see.
I felt that part was unspoken.
Like the way you took out the mayor downtown.
Yeah, not sure if you heard me. That wasn't us. That was an ensign enforcer, and like a whole sunken star conspiracy. It was the whole thing.
Me wanna hear.
I could tell you, but it would take about 4 hours.
Well, okay then. But what you're saying is truly is that you're a jack.
No, that's Mr. Clade. I'm Stranger.
Me see now. You're a funny man. But me mean a jack of all trades.
I'm not a very good plumber, but sure, it could apply.
Well, you give me a nice piece of info now. In return, you can stay for another few minutes.
I'd say thanks, but I'm probably gonna get going. This place doesn't seem like my vibe after all.
Is that so, Jack? Where you heading to in such a hurry now?
Oh, nowhere in particular.
Nowhere in particular is a dangerous place.
You know how things are. Investigations that need to be solved.
And what are you trying to solve tonight?
Nothing I know of. I was just hoping for a drink, maybe to catch some battle bored.
But Mr. Stranger, we've been having such a good conversation. Why start lying now? Don't insult me intelligence like that. Not after you come up and ya drinking me drink and staring down me waitresses.
Honest, I was on a job, and I hit a dead end. I'm just gonna go turn in for the night.
That's your second foul. Try again, Mr. Stranger.
I started sweating bullets, becoming acutely aware of just how much attention was on us. Most of the tables nearby had stopped watching the screens and playing their games of cards, and had begun staring openly at us. A crawl went down my spine and I felt a presence shift across the room. There was a low growl, so I tilted my head to look over my shoulder. It was the big green Talthorian from outside. It was staring down at me.
Tick-tock, friend. Plenty watchful eyes upon you.
You want the truth.
Don't be an idiot now.
I was running down a lead that went cold, and...
There's
no, wait.
You're gonna fuck him up! Get over it!
That was the third foul. Last chance if you wanna be save it.
Battleboard references. Really? That seems unnecessary when I'm telling them.
Are you sure this was the man?
Definitely. He's been snooping around like you said. Was trying to play it cool and sneak past us, and the street's fucking crawling.
I agree. No, everybody be watching. Boy, why if you have a say about yourself?
Right in the fucking nose when you're asking him questions. It makes it really hard to speak.
What do you want us to do with it?
How about nothing?
I'm thinking we should clear up pretty soon. I'll take him out back with us.
No, we got time. Go get Wolfgang. Tell him we found something for him.
You sure? Stinky Timmy is pretty sure they saw an RT pulling around the corner. Better be safe than sorry, you know?
Yeah, that's a worry. You should definitely let me
You need not worry. Them's not just gonna rush in ya.
It's all the same to you. I'd rather just get going before anything pops off. Come on now.
Stop beating him like a bag of meat and go get your boss.
But...
Now, before I start handing out weapons myself.
Yeah, you can just leave
Now
me on the
listen.
floor.
Me not know what you think you're doing coming up in ya like this, but you're a damn idiot. Do exactly what me say, follow me lead, and then get out the damn back. You understand, stranger?
What's going on? Did your accent just change? in between. You know, realize where you got yourself into this time. Oh, broken shards, just stop hitting me.
Whoa, simmer the fuck down. I don't know what's cooking, but it's not overboiling in here tonight.
What took you so long?
Ah, good evening, Mr. Q.
Evening yourself, Wolfie boy. You're looking big tonight. What you been lifting?
Just the weight of this fucking gang.
Come on.
Now what have we that was important enough to drag me in here?
My sight was still blurry as I blinked up at him. My head must have been severely rattled because my sight felt like it was glitching. Colors shifted, were saturated. My sense of perception was momentarily lost. And before I recovered it, I was hefted off the ground and thrown into a chair. My sight sharpened on a man towering over me. I'd already met him. He was still pretty much the picture of a ganger boss. Cupid, he was wearing leathers, padded with ballistic weave, but his vest was open to a towering set of muscles, ones I didn't realize could bulge that much. His hair was a mane of raven that hung over striking blue eyes, sunken in with sleepless bags holding them up. His expression didn't reassure me, but bored with an air of apathy was indeed better than anger.
You sure it's got nothing to do with the party outside?
I don't know. Shouldn't special enforcement be better than this? I found him up pretty quickly.
Hey now.
I'm pretty damn certain he's not a cop. Probably actually is an indie. Doubt he was actually lying about that.
Huh? Hey, you look at me. What are you doing here? Don't give me some bullshit. I'm tired and have better things to do. You want to live to drink a cup tomorrow? Then give it to me straight.
How straight?
Cards open.
On the table.
With no delay.
And no one's gonna punch me in the face.
That depends on the answer.
Even if it's truthful, not malicious, and probably just a misunderstanding.
Sure. Sounds fair. Let's hear it.
Right. I was following down a lead that went cold, so no.
Ah, motherfucker!
Why did you just hit him?
Yes.
I just said we wouldn't.
Is he not lying? That's obviously a lie.
I just got out of surgery. Why the fuck would I be lying? Are you gonna pay for me to go back?
Unless you looking for another knuckle sandwich, you better start explaining your job.
And why should I talk now? Seems like you're just gonna punch me no matter. So just get it over with.
Not to point out the obvious, but did either of you take a moment to reflect that he wasn't lying?
I thought about it, but then his face looked so punchable.
Alright, listen here, stranger. You can see what type of situation you're in, and even for some slick spacer boy like yourself, it ain't looking good, right? Tell me what you're looking into. I probably won't care. My people won't feel threatened, and we can have another drink, and you can be on your way.
Or am I gonna get
way worse?
I was staring down the mighty fine and long barrel of some kind of very, very large revolver. It was gleaming in the light, and the tip was just an inch from my nose, smelling very strongly of fresh black powder. Oh, okay, I see.
We verse.
Alright, big guy with a big gun. I can hardly really say no to that. I'm on a job with... Oh man, who am I even working for? Evo Group, technically. A worker of theirs turned up dead, suspicious terms. I'm still looking into it.
You're still looking into Kalma?
Kind of. It's related. Best I could tell, he and his buddy were regulars here, so I figured I'd pop by. That's all.
Who exactly are you looking for?
Name was Mr. Logan Kelmer.
Logan Kelmer? Isn't that one of Jay Woods' man?
Yeah, he's a good man from the Middle East.
Jaywood, Yawood, Jawood. What the fuck is this guy's name?
So that's why he hasn't been around. How come no one told us?
Compartmentalized information distribution.
In other big words, the gang is down here when I understand.
I'm not following.
See,
I don't get it.
In short, no one needed to know. He's the one who found the body. Lots of bodies around you all the time, huh?
It's usually the ones I have to report as a crime scene. You know, licensed and all. But we'll just chalk it up to bad luck.
then you also gotta be the one who shot those dead street thuggers we thought was staking him out.
I feel like it's rather important to ask due to not wanting to get punched in the face again, but were they important to anybody in this room?
Alright, well, alright. Guy's got jokes. And, he has no idea what he just said.
Let me assure you, I rarely have a clue of anything I've just said. Or anything else for that matter.
Lucky for you. Under regular circumstances, I'd be thanking you for taking out a few other players. But now we have something more interesting. Why is Ensign looking into Mr. Kelmer and Jawood? You're on the job for Mathers, last I heard.
What do you mean? Why wouldn't they be looking into it? And therefore, me? Because remember, still licensed through them, it's not like I have a huge amount of choice as it turns out.
Elaborate.
Are we going to pretend that I'm not aware what he was doing and just talk around it, or... Broken shards. Wait. Gun and me down. Honestly, I didn't mean anything by it.
Put him down, Larry. By fucking Ken, you're itchy today. Go take a stroll. Check for the RT.
Fine, but if he's still talking out of his ass when I'm back, I'm gonna crush his skull like a soda melon.
Out!
I would really not like that, which is why I'm really not lying.
By green, you guys are so on edge.
Can't blame them. Been an exciting week all around.
Alright now, stranger. I'm going to ask you very delicately what you know about Kelmer. I'm going to have to ask you to think long and hard on your answer. Don't leave anything out.
Well, as we all now know, well, that being you know that I know that you know, we all now know that he was supplying. And, what it was that he was supplying was dams. And he was playing games, and that got him killed. In hindsight, I really should have realized that you had more to do with it than you said. But hey, you know, I've only got literal brain damage.
So you say.
I do. So does the doctor.
We thought he was getting busted, but you're saying otherwise?
Well, not caught up like a fish in a net, but, like a mammal in water. Literally. For far too long, then electrified or burned. Unclear. Ongoing case and all.
How'd that lead you to us?
Wasn't so careful with his receipts, so I know that there was some exchanging of goods going on around here, but I didn't really see anything going on, so honestly, like I said, seems like the dead end, so I'm just gonna get a drink and go.
Well, so you see we have a bit of a problem here. Don't you know what the dams are?
No, honestly, you don't got to tell me either. That's not what I'm actually looking into. It was more of a side thing to the Soul Craze attacks and the dead guys. Sure, it might be important, but that feels like a super sensitive topic with you guys. So honestly, not important to me. Don't actually know, don't really care, and really don't want to.
You're either a very fast talker, coward, or you already know too much and you're trying to backtrack.
For all intents and purposes, you can consider all of the above. I was told to go hands off, so I'm hands off. Again, this is entirely miscommunication. I shouldn't be here, and...
Who told you hands off? Who do you work for in Evo?
I don't. I'm an indie. Technically, I was hired through Evo for their dead guy, and Ensign on a case-by-case basis to look into the whole uptake in the Soul Craze matter. which this whole situation isn't anymore. So, once again, putting it out there, I can really just go and leave you all to it.
I'm sure you would prefer that, but stay a moment longer. Whether you seem to be aware or not, you've brought guests to our door.
Well, it's not really like I have a choice, so sure, I'm not going anywhere.
Are you aware of what the dams are?
Already said no.
Not truthfully.
I don't know anything I haven't confirmed. And as I'm making abundantly clear, I don't have anything confirmed.
Best guess?
I don't have a best guess as I'm not trying to— Broken shards! Discounted assorted medical serums, or D-level active magic serums, ones that seem to— I'm not sure, something magic, something augments.
Close.
Alright, well, I don't know what I missed, and honestly, it's not—
Discontinued.
Alright, so I'm still going to assume it's code for not just drugs, but old drugs. So please, tell me no further.
No, not just any drug. Anyone can go get themselves a piece of sweet ink. Candy with all its Chemex loaded goodness. Plop a sucker into your mouth, dip a sweet stick, crack a soda. There hasn't been a business in the fun stuff in a long time. Sure, you got the illegals, and they sell well enough. Let me tell you, it's especially to people like you.
And what kind of person am I?
Lost, alone, no path nor direction. You spacers love the strong stuff, but I'm not even talking about that. You want to make big bucks nowadays? You gotta go medical.
Oh really?
You see, people ain't hurting from the same ailments anymore. Escapism isn't no longer hallucinatory drug bound when you can walk into a dive shop, pick up a soul scene to live out your wildest fantasy. People need something harder to get away from the orc aches, harsh reality of it all.
And the solution is discontinued medical supplies.
Not just any. Dams is an old serum they were using to pump up old delvers. Turns out it was only making things worse, so they remade it, watered it down more likely. But the original stuff has been out of play for years. Outside of official labs, nearly impossible to get your hands on.
And please don't tell me Kelmer was a steady supply of this stuff. Now I know why. Why are you telling me this?
Because I'm told it's a good idea to bring you a bit further up to speed.
I get it. This is a drug war. It's all a drug war. Wait, who told you? No, wait again. Don't fucking tell me. Don't tell me any of this.
It's a lot more than that. It's a power struggle. A declaration of independence. Lines have been marked and statements have been made.
Well, that's dandy. Sounds fun. Would love to hear all about it when it's all over and I don't have to get involved.
The real question is, which side are you falling on?
None. No one. No sides. Independent. Not really involved.
If he even has a choice in the matter. With types like him, it usually solves a choice in of itself.
I'm getting pretty tired of people acting like they know me, or how I think, especially when I'm in the room. Let me tell you, I don't even know what I'm about to do.
There are easier ways.
If you kill me, you're probably gonna alert someone. A lot of someones. Notably, since it seems there's an RT team around. And since it's me, it's probably Team Tau. They're gonna fuck your shit up.
And? What, they're gonna charge into this place? And shoot it up? They wouldn't dare. We take as many of them as they take of us. They'll spiral, and there's chaos in the streets. You ain't worth that much, stranger. Not yet.
Honestly, I sure hope so. I don't want to be that important to anyone.
Maybe we should take it easy on him. He is,
Honestly, I could probably tear your throat out and toss you out the gutter and no one will even question it.
I closed my eyes for a moment longer than I normally would, pushing down another swell of panic. Maybe I'd mouthed off a time too many, or maybe a bit too hard. I should really see someone about that. Hopefully, I'll get to see anyone ever again.
Hey, who's this guy?
What will you... I don't quite like the looks of ya.
All right, enough of that. This is special enforcement. You fucking freeze every one of those oversized muscles, or shit's about to get real nasty real quick.
Well, if it isn't the Marshal of Sector 9. Been a while since you last found us.
That talent of getting in at display once again. You gotta do something about security, Wolfie.
I think you'll find that I have.
A sigh escaped me as numerous of the gangers were already at their feet. The few civilians were hightailing it out the door, knowing the bomb about to go off in their faces. My head craned my neck to look around without moving my sitting body. All the gangers and thuggers I can see were armed with cold weapons. Sticks, batons, bats, clubs. Up above, 2 large turrets had ejected from the wall and were following the Marshal, who I'm not sure how I missed, but was wearing a long leather coat that was hiding his uniform.
This is Marshal 9. My location, breach on my command.
So that's how we're doing it.
We're dancing tonight.
I don't know if my opinion means anything here, but I would rather that's not how we do it.
Well, I must say I must have left my dancing shoes in the car. So if y'all don't mind, I'ma just skedaddle along.
You're not going nowhere. I see what team is inbound.
Well, Wolf, if you're not gonna hand the man over, we should at least do this smart and try to restrict ourselves to only cold weapons.
No, I've had enough jerking around for the day. I'm leaving with answers, and all you're leaving in is cuffs.
That's just the worst thing you could have said. How unfortunate. Boys and girls, go wild. But do mind the chandelier. We just put it in.
Well, it looks like I'm gonna have to whoop a motherfucker with another motherfucker.
Breach now!
Oh man. Oh shit.
Come on, get out of my way.
There are days where you regret getting out of bed in the morning. You dread stepping out the front door. You loathe every step you take down to this fucking rotten-smelling, bass-ackwards, moron-filled, overly violent shithole of a district. And what do you get? Just the most unlightening conversation that really has helped nobody. You know, a guy's just trying to do a job. Is it unsavory? Sure, just a little bit. Did I overstep? No, not on purpose. Did I do anything exceptionally illegal? Actually, we'll double back to that. Point is, I'm getting real tired of people kicking me in the goddamn ribs and punching me in my damn face. You know what the people in my visions do when this happens to them. My starlight rhymes. My sight turned green. It wasn't a dull green. Everything was shiny, sharp, almost hyper-realistic. I stood up and my legs felt slightly wobbly for a moment. The room came to a crawl. They didn't stop completely, but everyone became so very slow.
Get out of my way!
I moved fast for whatever state I was in.
Oh, rotten shards. Alright, gotta keep going.
The first 4 guys next to the Marshal didn't even turn to me. They couldn't track me with their eyes, nor dodge the blow from my metal fist. I moved with the force of my head.
Alright, who's next?
I realized everything was beginning to move faster altogether. The room felt less tilted. The color was beginning to return as I took the last few steps to be standing back to back with the Marshal. Well, standing was putting it kindly. I could barely keep my footing. Was that me, or the ring moving? Something felt upside down, but my feet felt solid.
I'm solid. Hey, who moved the room?
Get your ass up, stranger.
I blinked.
What the?
Eyes stay open.
Fatigue was already hitting my body somehow.
Oh, good, you're up. You're not looking good, Verse.
No time.
Here's a sea of faces clamoring at me. First in my arm's reach came from the right.
Oh, that's a little run. I don't want to get by that. Alright, come here, you motherfucker.
Jab. Jab with it. My metal hurts more. Slug him with the right. Down for the count.
Alright, what are we doing here?
Oh look, there's the Marshal on my left.
Whoa, what the?
Something just blared by.
What is that?
The impact almost toppled me over. Marshal came back into view. He nailed the guy with the haymaker, his knuckles covered in metal gauntlets coming out of his sleeves.
Alright, get off it now.
Thanks.
Nice one, Chief. Marshal. Wait, look out. Another one was coming at him from his blind spot. My feet were already moving. Shouldn't hesitate. He did. Too long. Mapped his movements. I stopped short when he was already bringing his arms up to defend from me.
Psych, you. What was that?
It was a bat.
I need a bat.
Puncher was behind it. Oof. That sent a shock of pain down my right arm.
Oh, you got odds.
They smelled and were red with rage. Oh, there goes their bat again. I'm not waiting for that. Jab. He wasn't ready. He fell back, eyes now bloodied and wincing from the pain. Oh, my hand was also bloodied. Oh well. Jab. 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 Jab.
There's more.
Jab.
Jab. Jab.
Ha. He collided with the other.
Get up. I'm not done with you guys yet.
Something hit me in the back and brought me down to a knee.
What was that? Oh, fuck, Larita.
Fucking get over here, you little brat.
Let's not turn into a flat cake today. Look out with my right.
Fucking damn it. Hold still.
Connected something sturdy, but I'm a more sturdier. Using the momentum, I hand-sprung back to my feet.
How'd I do that?
Well, more like back onto a foot.
Ooh, wobbly.
Marshal backpedaled between me and Larita.
I'd drink here more often if it weren't for all the scum amongst the drinks.
Yeah, good one, Marshal.
They were okay. Mr. Q was in front of him, tattoos glowing really shiny, like mine sometimes do.
Oh, look. The monk guy has got a real fancy-looking stance. Did I tell you to get out of here? I don't know what's going on. I've got no idea what... Oh, hey, Marshal. Where'd Larita go?
You can foxtrot your way right into my fist, pretty boy.
Boy, I'm gonna whoop your ass all the way from here back to the schism now. Yeah, you better put him up now.
He charged the Marshal at speed I couldn't quite follow in my current state. But the special cop was deflecting them with rough and effective style, relying on last moment limb jerks and sudden movements.
You wanna go again, huh?
So you think you can dance? I've danced with your mother better than that.
Or I'm about to show your ass dancing now.
You get him, Marshal.
He would have collided with the two I was dealing with before, but I was already lurching forward at them. My feet weren't doing as good as I thought. It all went tumbled. I was on top and kicked off at the last moment.
Wait, where's the floor?
Ouch.
Head, spine, everything hurts so much.
A stinging pain went through my side, but it was already dulling in the adrenaline pumping through my veins.
Neutralize all targets. Non-lethal permitted. With prejudice.
Let this be a lesson for never mixing drinks.
Oh, no more. Oh, my last normal tooth. Man, Seawat's really pushing in with the prejudice on College Street. Especially when most of the assailants are just bouncing off of you like bugs on a windshield.
Okay, little snake. Push it.
Stop that. I'm trying to think. Get up. Hey, Marsh, how you doing?
That's a chair. What are you gonna do? Don't you even think about it.
I think I saw his spirit float away from that ghosting.
Oh, dude, you really shouldn't lay there. You should get... Oh, was that a fucking billy club? Fortunately, it shattered against the wall, and not my skull. Hey, Marshal, you're bad. Oh, what a head.
Stay up.
I'm trying.
On your feet, soldier. You're getting to the door.
Somewhere, on some instinctual, subconscious level, I must have heard him, because my body moved, almost unprompted now. There was no more time to think, to go over, to analyze. There was really only one thing left. Not dying.
Your fate is mine.
My vision flashed green, but time didn't slow. I felt better. The soreness was fading. The fatigue wasn't getting any worse for the moment. And my body moving fast. Ha! Duck. Left. 2 steps forward.
Where are you going?
Jab. Wait. Knee up to the midriff. Sucker. Elbow to the face.
Face. Fist. Your face. Fuck your face.
Eat it. Ah, nice. Someone's coming. Keep moving. Heel spin. Use the momentum against them. Push him away. Don't stop. Another behind. Fuck. Ow, 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 ow. Tight grip. Damn it. More's coming. Oh. Oh no. That's a bad. Ouch. 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 Ouch.
Fuck, why is it always in the face?
Marshal tackled them. Thanks, big man.
I'm going down in this. You hear me? Move.
Get over here, you fucking cop bastard!
Oh, look. The bat's in the air. Grip on me just loosened. Still too tight. What's this guy think he is? Shift left. He's on the floor. Reach out. Bat's in my hand now. Who do they think I am? Good question. Who am I? I don't know either.
We almost got me with that suplex there. Now ain't you glad we decided to do this without any difference?
I know that guy, though. Mr. Q's going at the Marshal. Can't have that. Wish I had a magnet for his stupid face. Doesn't matter. 2 steps and I'm in his path. 2.5 and my knee is in his.
Wait.
He looked at me. Is that horror? I don't know how I looked.
This not be the way. Oh man.
But a second later he looked different. Red and bloodied now.
You gotta listen to me and stop.
His hand came up. Huh. Didn't help.
Stop sounding
How you like that?
Stop it.
He's slow, isn't he? Everything feels slow. Not me.
I'm fast, boy. Hey, man. When'd you get here?
Whoa, 10-10. He looks hurt pretty bad. He's tough, though. Mr. Q's is tough. Maybe. Their hands aren't moving as fast. I'll leave it between them. I needed to go to the door. Yes, the door. Moving is easy when you're fast. People blur. Not that one, though. Ouch. Pain. Side. Damn. Knife?
Oh, a broken bottle. Gonna slice you up real good.
Ganger. Fuck that guy.
Hey, give me that. I thought this was a gentleman's fight. They came here for a fight between gentlemen. I'm an aristocrat, for the God's sake.
Hands feel slick as they hit his face. For a moment, it looked like he hadn't reacted to the first 3 hits before the 4th had even landed. I didn't see if he hit the ground. Oh well, thought he was fast. There's a door to be getting to, anywho. Closer. Closer now.
Someone fucking get their shit together. Why aren't the fucking turrets on?
Rita? Go away. I'm still holding bat. No. Where did my bat go? I kinda like that bat. I should buy a bat. This looks more like a bad boomerang. Oh. No, it's just a handle. Oh, she has the rest of my boomerang. I want that back. Gimme. Gimme now. Aha. There. Good night, Larita. You know, I should sleep. I'm tired. Huh? Can't sleep out here. Gets cold at night. Should go home. Where's home? Oh, yeah, door. Where's door? There's door. There's Marshal. He punched real good. Ow. Fucking ow. Fucker. Fucky.
Stupid unknown robot hurting me from over there when I'm over here. But I have almost boomerang. Element of surprise.
Whoa. Everything getting dark. Who turned out the lights? I don't have... floor. Floor's hot. And wet. Ew. Oh, that's me. Huh. Big specks in my blood. Very glowy. Neat. Got to get up. No, not at all. Legs? Arms? Oh. Now today is what we like to call a very unfortunate series of events. Thank you for listening to A Man Called Stranger. Episode 12, A Rumbling Downtown. Don't forget to like and review the episode wherever you may be listening. And follow us on Twitter at FreeDoomNews for updates and more. And a big thank you to our whole cast. Prince as the Marshal, Whiphand as Packet Tracer, Diasaru as Wolfgang, Mina Kitten G as Larita, Gigahood as Voices of the City, A Confused Mistake as Cupid, and the Grimbard as Stranger. And a big shout out to some of the other podcasts out there. Mystery Frequency for all your old school radio needs, Stellar Future Radio for just an overall good time, and Audiostorium for the best horror anthology. See you next time, and while you're at it, take it easy. Really easy.